What's going on, people, and welcome to Mando's Football. You are here with Guni for the final preview for the Chelsea versus Arsenal fixture tomorrow. I've given you several interviews with other Arsenal fans. Make sure you go back and check them out. Troops, Zar, Dan Potts, Lee Gunner. Eunice joined myself, Troops, and Zar today as well. So if you haven't seen that one, I'm going to link that at the beginning and at the end of the video. But Chelsea, last 3 games we haven't had a win, 2 draws and an absolute battering from Graham Potter's old team, Brighton and Hove Albion, over at the Amex Stadium. So a horrible result to be going into this game with. But I'm not going to lie to you, I still feel that we can get something out of this game. I don't see us losing. Arsenal, yes, they are high-flying, currently sitting second in the table with 1 less game played than Manchester City. And we can stop them from reclaiming first place, and I think we should be that team to do that 100%. I know we haven't been playing the best football, but it is a derby game. We are the biggest team in London. I don't care what nobody says, and we need to show it tomorrow that we're not playing our best football. Form goes out the window for these games. We cannot allow the Arsenal fans to leave Stamford Bridge singing 3 in a row, because they have won the last 2 games they've played against us at Stamford Bridge, which is completely unacceptable. But listen, before we get into the content, please make sure you do these things for me. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much, by the way. Today we did reach 14,000 subscribers, so once we get to 15, we will start the golden road to 20k, which I'm pretty sure you lot are going to help me reach. So thank you very much once again. Leave your thoughts down there in the comments. I do like to read through them and see what the people are thinking. Smash a like as well, get us up in the algorithm, and hit the notification bell so you know when the videos are coming out. And also, one more thing, follow the socials. They should be popping up in interactive fashion right about now, or any time about now. Yeah, but let's get into tomorrow's huge London derby between Chelsea versus Arsenal Football Club. A game that is making me nervous, and many are saying, including the bookies, that Chelsea are the underdogs going into this game. Another statement that makes me sick to my stomach, but that doesn't mean that they should be leaving with a result. We can stop that from happening. We can talk about underdogs where we are Chelsea Football Club. It doesn't matter where we are. We need to still show that we are the top dogs of London. We're going to get straight into it with the lineups now. I'm going to give you a bit of a disclaimer. Yeah, this is not what I think Graham Potter's going to go with. For the first time, I'm actually going to go with what I think Graham Potter should go with, and I'm going to explain my reasons in this video. Right about now, I'm about to give you a fancy little presentation with both teams, not just one, with both Chelsea and Arsenal's 11 that I feel that Arsenal are going to be fielding against us, and what I feel we can do to nullify that Arsenal team. So, as you can see, big man Edouard Mendy is in goal. Obviously, Kepa is still injured. The centre-back trio of Kalidou Koulibaly, Thiago Silva and Trevor Chalobah, our strongest 3 centre-backs at the club. Then you've got Mateo Kovacic, Denis Zakaria, Mason Mount as the midfield trio, with Cucurella and Ruben Loftus-Cheek as the wing-backs. I've gone with the 3-5-2 for a very good reason. I'll explain afterwards. And then up front, I've got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Kai Havertz, and as you can see, I have the bench there. Why have I gone for the 3-5-2? I will answer you in a second, because I forgot I've got to go through Arsenal. Ramsdale in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Magalhaes and Kieran Tierney as the back 4. Then they're going to definitely go with their strongest midfield trio, Granit Xhaka, Martin Odegaard and Thomas Partey, where I believe Partey and Xhaka will be operating similar to a pivot, and Odegaard will be the advanced midfielder in behind their attacking trio of Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus and Bukayo Saka. A very frightening and quick Arsenal team. First thing I'm going to say is I don't fear Arsenal. I just respect the form that they're in. But as you can see, both teams lining up head-to-head here on the graphics that I have provided for you lot. Smash a like if you are impressed with the new graphics, by the way. This took a lot of time. We've obviously got to upgrade the channel. I've been talking all this talk. Yeah, I'm learning this program. Now you are finally starting to see the fruits of the labor. But let's get back into it. Why has Guni gone with the 3-5-2 against Arsenal Football Club. Surely we should be going with the back four. We have been playing some decent football with the back four. Well, I am going to start with one particular position, and that is either the right back / the right wing back side. Obviously, the right back would apply if we're playing the back four. The right wing back side applies if you're talking about the back five, which is what I have gone with. Now, ideally in this game, if we did not have key injuries to key areas, i.e. the right back position with Reece James, I would have gone with the back four. I have watched Reece James keep Vinicius Jr. amongst other top world-class level talents on that wing, and I wouldn't worry as much with Martinelli being on that left side. He is a fantastic player, don't get me wrong. He's very quick, he's a very good dribbler. You don't want him isolating Azpilicueta, who is past his best in my opinion, and I say that respectfully. It will be a long day in the office for him if Martinelli does isolate him, line him up. He will be going past him. He's much quicker than him. He's very tricky with his feet. Fouls could be given away. That's not to doubt Azpilicueta's experience, but I'd just rather not risk it at the minute. I've seen him struggle against lesser wingers. He struggled a lot against Aston Villa, and I believe we're playing a back five in that game as well. So could you imagine him alone in that back four? It smells like a recipe for disaster in my opinion. So that's why I have gone with the back five. Ruben Loftus-Cheek will be that right wing back, obviously. And then the three in the midfield. Why have I gone for Denis Zakaria? I understand that it will be a huge risk. For one, I don't think Graham Potter is going to be picking Zakaria. One feature in the Champions League, playing in a game that is pretty much meaningless. We're already through to the next round, and the opposition is nowhere near the quality of what we're going to be facing tomorrow. But he did show enough what we are missing in that midfield. We are missing that grit. We are missing that support. We are missing that wall in front of that defence. You get me? And luckily for us, Denis Zakaria is naturally a midfielder, and he is an absolute unit of a man. Very strong. You saw that the Zagreb midfield, they had to go back a few times rather than continuing to play through us, which is what we have seen anytime we've got a pivot. When Kante's out, whether it's Kovacic or Jorginho, whether it's, you know, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, it doesn't matter what the pivot is. Teams find it very easy to play through our midfield and therefore put our defence under continual pressure, which forces mistakes. If you work with the law of averages, you'll understand the more you expose something to someone, there's a chance that at least 1 or 2 times, maybe even more times than that, that defender is going to get caught out. And I believe Zakaria can minimise that danger as much as possible, more so than Jorginho or any other option, in my honest opinion. And then we've got Mason Mount and Kovacic, both playing as the number 8s. Mason Mount going back into his natural position, a position we have seen Potter use him in, and we've seen him play excellent games. It is a big game as well, London derby. I'm going to go with the cliche. Mason Mount knows what it's like to play for the shirt. He's Chelsea through and through. He knows what this derby means. He has to be on the pitch. His skill set is going to be massively needed in this game. His work rate, like I said, it's going to be a busy day with that midfield party. Odegaard and Xhaka, they can pass the ball around well, they can move well, and they can get that ball forward to their attackers pretty quickly. Why? They've been playing together for a few years under the same manager. They understand each other, their positioning. They don't have to look at where they all are. They already know. This is what's called synchronization through repetition. Get me? Continually practicing the same drills. Arteta's going to be coming, playing his own game, whether it's against Stamford Bridge or not. You can see he's a philosophy-driven manager and he believes in what he's doing. So they are going to come and attack us. I believe Kovacic, Mason Mount, they've got the energy and they've also got the physicality to deal with that midfield presence, perhaps come back and help out that defence as well, something that we're desperately going to need. Help out whoever's going to be sitting at that base. Like I said, I doubt it's going to be Zakaria, and if it's not going to be Zakaria, most likely it's going to be Jorginho, and I feel it could potentially be a long day in the office for him as well if he is not adequately protected. But Mason Mount and Kovacic, they can definitely do that job. Also going the other way as well. Mason Mount, we know on his day that he can create, he can also score goals, he can be a menace to the opposition. Kovacic, we know his press resistance, his ball carrying skills, the progression is going to be invaluable in this game if we're going to want to take any kind of control in that midfield area. Now, what I will say is, before I get onto the attackers, is Arsenal, as we know, they like to attack teams in the first 20-30 minutes. They go all systems go. They like to get the first goal at all times. They start off fast, but they start to taper off towards the second half. Chelsea must weather that storm. We must stop that front three from getting onto the ball. We must stop them from isolating out our defenders and just beating them and breaking lines and just causing problems for us. If we can weather that storm, that's when I feel that we can get our foot into the game, up our intensity, and really go for it and try and get a result from them. Now we've got the front two, Aubameyang and Kai Havertz. Some of you might think Raheem Sterling he's electric. Arsenal are not going to sit back the whole game and try and hit us on the counter-attack. I don't believe so either. I've already explained to you like what I thought about Mikel Arteta. I think he's still going to come and implement the football that he plays. So, look, with those two, there will be space, there will be chances to run in behind. The only reason why I'm not picking Raheem Sterling is because I trust those two in front of goal more so than I do him. Does that make him a bad player? No, I'll explain why. He's had several chances in the Europa League. The first half he could have potentially had 2 or 3 goals, a hat-trick, but he didn't. He scored one of his chances, fair enough, but I still feel it was quite wasteful based on the amount of chances that he had. He should have at least tested the keeper for 2 of them, in my opinion. So the clinicalness for Raheem Sterling isn't quite there. We've got to respect the opposition. They might hold on to the ball, so chances might come few and far between. So I'm trying to put in attackers that are really, I feel, are going to score when the chances come to them. Obviously, Kai Havertz, recently his form has been for the better. I think he's also enjoying playing behind that striker / that number 10 or false 9 role, whatever you want to call it. That freedom that Kai Havertz is getting, he's getting his rewards. All I'll ask for the guy is consistency, consistency, consistency. We haven't seen enough consistency from Kai Havertz, but we saw some of the balls that he was playing for his fellow attackers. One of the misses from Raheem Sterling was a beautiful ball from Kai Havertz from left to right. Excellent ball. Hopefully we can see some more of those. Aubameyang, for me, I'd put him as the most advanced attacker because I trust him the most in front of goal. Regardless of his form, he is still the most lethal striker at the club. Also as well, he's got a point to prove to his old manager, Mikel Arteta. You know, that he didn't leave Arsenal in the best forms. It's a club that he actually respected. He does respect the fans, although what I would love to see, if he scores the winner, I want to see an Adebayor-style celebration where he circles the pitch, gets to the Arsenal fans, knee slides and celebrates his heart out. But I know he's not going to do it because he is a very, very respectable character, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But I still want to see a celebration. Your Arsenal days are behind you. You are now with the biggest club in London, the only team in London with a European Cup. Come and land them minerals against your old team. Introduce yourself because you still got to prove a point to a lot of the fan base. So this would be the perfect opportunity for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to step in and say, I'm here. I'm finally here. We had an ex-Arsenal striker that came to Chelsea and cemented his legacy at the club. We'll never forget Olivier Giroud, absolute clutch player. The Atletico goal, the scissor kick that he scored. Key goal for us in our Champions League run, among several others, man. So Aubameyang, following those footsteps and you will be fine at Chelsea Football Club. We have definitely got to respect Arsenal. They have got the attacking threat of Martinelli, Jesus and Saka. I've spoken a bit about Martinelli. Gabriel Jesus as well is very much a handful. He's also given, although he starts off as a number 9, the manager does seem to trust him with a very free role because of his in-game intelligence. His movement is excellent. Technically, he's brilliant. Very unpredictable as well. And him having the ball at his feet in the box gets me nervous because he's so tricky with his feet. He can win a penalty. He can score goals. He is a very, very lively player and has been playing out of his skin for Arsenal. Granted, he hasn't scored in the last 8 games, but he does involve himself in other phases of play. Does make sure he is an important part of that lineup, and he is a leader in that team. Let's have it right. He's one of the few in that team that know how to win major honours and know how to consistently beat big teams. Saka, as you know, the young influential winger on that right side, has come to Stamford Bridge and given us a nightmare before. Slotted away a penalty last time he was here. Hopefully we can keep him quiet, but very deadly as well, very quick. His movement is intelligent, can find his teammates as well. Very intelligent player there. In behind them is Martin Odegaard as well. This is why I want to see Zakaria there, so we can, you know, be pressing Odegaard out of the game, because we don't want him and his creative talents to be finding the free in front of him. Then you've got Xhaka as well, who's been in goal scoring form, who has been gritty in that midfield for Arsenal, as well as his partner Thomas Partey. So I think we should be definitely matching them up in midfield. Their defence as well has been pretty solid. Ben White has had an excellent season so far for Arsenal, as has William Saliba. Although I hate Arsenal, but I've got to rate the guy. I do think he's a top level talent, Saliba. Gabriel, the man next to him, can be pretty mistake prone. Hopefully we'll be targeting him. Hopefully Aubameyang will be sticking on his shoulder and forcing the mistake, forcing the penalty, forcing something that can end in a good result for Chelsea Football Club. And then obviously you've got their captain, Kieran Tierney. I believe it's... No, Odegaard's their captain, but Kieran Tierney is a very influential player for Arsenal Football Club in that left-back role. Did get the winning goal against Zurich in the Europa League. So I imagine he's going to be fit to face Chelsea. And then obviously you've got Ramsdale in goal. But am I scared of Arsenal? I'm not. I just respect the form that they're in. Do I think that we can get a result? Absolutely. I think we can get 3 points. We can get 3 points against Arsenal. Manchester United done it. And although Arsenal did have the majority of possession at United were very resilient, and we may have to be the same. Like I said, especially early stages of the game where Arsenal fly out of the blocks, we may have to hold on for a little bit and then implement our game. But keep them quiet first 20-25 minutes. If we definitely go in by half-time 1-0 up, I'll be very, very encouraged. But people, my score prediction for this game is 1-1. My other score prediction for this game, my backup score prediction for this game is 2-1 to Chelsea. I just don't see us losing this game. Yes, I know our form isn't great, Arsenal's is, but Derby form goes out the window. All of that cliche malark, you already know this. But people, thank you very much for tuning into the video. And to those that missed the lives that happened this week, the other previews, please go back and watch them. Once again, thank you very much for 14,000 subscribers. We are now trying to get 15 so we can start that golden road to 20k. Subscribe to the social medias or follow to the social media. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts down there in the comments. Smash the like so we can get found in the algorithm. All of that good stuff, and hit the notification bell. But yeah, leave your score prediction down there and all that good stuff. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please make sure whatever you're doing, you do it safely. Yeah? Up the Chelsea all day long. Hopefully I will be back with a big smile. I'll be able to troll troops. Yeah, and we can just keep them too quiet because they're just talking too much, and Arsenal fans are too happy right now. It's killing me. But fingers crossed we get the results done. Up the Chelsea. Bless our people.